Hey, want to help your little humans learn to multiply? Just get a calculator, right? Or just ask Siri. No, it's easier than that. And in the long run, it's faster than that. People who know their multiplication facts don't have time for a calculator. This lesson will show you how to make your own practice lesson using a computer and Microsoft Excel. That's a big deal. There are three advantages. You learn Excel. While you make this for your little human, you won't learn everything about Excel, but some pretty neat, interesting things. Your little human learns to multiply while your little human also practices the 10 key. Now, here looks like a way we could do it. Real simple. Let me just put that right there for a moment. And hey, look at those numbers change. We could do 7 times 3. We could do 3 times 3, 2 times 9, 2 times 7, 7 times 6. Millions of problems. Would this be the way to do it? If it is, we're just about done, huh? Let me put in 42 right there. That's the answer. So when I hit enter now, watch this go to 1 point right there, right there. That's 0 points. Here I'm going to hit enter right now. Oops. It didn't go to 0 points. Why? Here we have a random number generator, two of them right there, for the 5 and for the 9. And that random number generator changes every time you hit delete or enter, and I hit delete. So that's what's going on there. Now, since that happens, when I put in the 42, these numbers change to like 5 times 9. Well, 5 times 9 is not 42, it's 45. If I put in 45, hit enter, thinking I'm going to get the answer, oops, those changed. So this times this has to be, the answer has to be right here. So what we're going to have to do is do a paste special. Copy it first, come down here, and paste values. Now we got that 9 times 6 down here. Now we can put in 54. And now down here we get the 1 point. Watch it right there. There's that 1 point. Well, that's kind of inefficient. It's very slow. We got to find a better way. Anyway, so you can read this page right here. Conditional formatting, that'll be fun, but we're not going to get to that today. I can tell you right now. We want to develop a grid like this. When you paste special for 1 cell or 2 cells, it takes the same amount of time as to paste special for 100 cells. So we might as well learn how to do a grid like this, right here, this grid. And we want to be able to make this grid and that one, that's the score sheet. This is where the student puts the answers. But we have to do it starting over here, okay? So right here, you can see those are index unique random number array. Those numbers are produced by random number generator. These down here, produced by a random number generator. Here's the formula for it, okay? And look at how those numbers change. Well, they change in the headings, but they also change in where they're located. So right now I have 8 times 4, that's 32. That's because I have an 8 right here. 4 times here, that's 32. Okay? And those things will jump around. It's still going to be 8, there it is now, and times 4, 32. And so there it's 8 times 4, 32. But I can change also this, say, to 9. And this one to, say, 6. Right there. 54, there's the 9 times a 6. And that would jump around if I hit delete. And now it's 9 times 6 right there. Okay? And what's neat, too, is this conditional formatting. You can see it says true down here, and up here it's got that highlighted. That's something that we're going to have to do another time. Just not going to have time for it. It's kind of a transcendental kind of thinking thing. So let's move along. So first we're going to learn to make that table over here. Once we learn to make that, then we can copy and paste the data right here. Because right now, as I say, every time I hit delete, that's going to keep jumping around, changing, but this will stay the same. Okay? How are we going to copy this over to here? Paste special. Or we can use a macro, and the macro uses with just one key. I got Control uppercase M. One key will copy it and paste it specially. So, things we need to learn is how to create unique random numbers for those headings, how to multiply the numbers in different cells, the difference between relative references and fixed references, autofill, decision-making logic, conditional formatting, data visualization principles, rule-based automation, paste special values. We got to learn that stuff. Go to the next page. Here, I'm going to show you then. I already gave you the formula for the random number generator. So I'm not having that here. I just put in 5, 3, 4, so on, 4, 10, 1, and so on. And let's look at this. 5 times 4 is 20. We want to go 10 times 5 is 50, but I got 200. What's the problem? We need to learn to autofill. Okay? That's what's going to do this. Autofill is put in this formula right there, and then when we draw it down, the next cell is going to say, hey, for that cell, you multiplied this number and the number above me. So for this cell, I'm going to multiply that number and the one above me. That's what autofill is doing right there. Multiply this cell by the one above me. We don't want that. We want 4 times the 5, 10 times the 5, not just the one above. We want 1 times the 5. So we're going to use the headings. So to do that, here's what we have to do. We have to keep using that row 2. Not just go to the one above, which would have been like row 3, and then for the 200, using the one above, which is row 4. So to get that, keep using that row 2, I'm going to have to put in right here a $sign. Hit that, hit enter it. Now watch when I pull this down. There, now we got 10 times 5 is 50, 1 times 5 is 5, 3 times, not the number just above 15, but the number way up here in the heading. 3 times 5, 15. Okay, so now what happens when we pull it across? Well, now it's still not working right. 4 times 3 is 12. I'm using my headings. 10 times 3 is 30. What's it doing? Well, now it's thinking, when I pulled it over, it's thinking, oh, for the 60, take the number just ahead, multiply by this up in the heading, get 3. No, we don't want to do that. Here's what we want to do. So as to go across, we want to keep using the G right here. We don't want to get 15 here by taking this 5 and going times 3, 45 by using this 50 and going times 3. We want to keep using the heading. To do that, similarly, I put in the $sign right there to hold to this G, just like we held to the pink. Now we're holding to the green. G for green, I guess. I didn't think about that. So now we're going to have to see this one's not autofilled that way yet. It doesn't have that there. But when I go up here, that does have it. Now I'm going to pull this down. And now that formula, now it does have this right there, the $sign right there. This one has the $sign right there. Okay. Now that we have that, we can highlight this, pull it all the way across. And there we go. We've got 4 times 2, that's 8. We've got 7 times 2, that's 14. These look like they're all right. There's some questions here you can look at. I'm going to go to the next page. There's some more questions, another example. Next page, you can pause and look at the questions. Next page, some more questions. One question there. Using macro, and that'll be after the macro's another day. Conditional formatting another day. Copying data from other sheets another day. And so I'll have to go through this quickly. I had that prepared in case we could go longer, but I'm limited to 15 minutes, so not going to be able to do all of this. But it's really the same idea that I've already shown you. Okay, you can just pause and look at this and look at the questions. And right now, here's what I can do. I think to finish up, here's this. We've got it all ready. This string there, I can just pull this down. I can pull this over. Let's check here. 3 times 8 is 24. Good. 8 times 1, 8. Very good. Here's where the student responses go. Look at that. 63 is in there. And there's 63 there. So the student got this right. Let me just put in something else here. Here's 7 times 9. I want to put a 63 right there. Before I hit enter, 7 times 9. Do I have it? I don't have it over here right now. So I'm going to have to show you this later. What I might do right now is show you how to paste special right there. And I didn't want to do that. So here's what we have. We've got a 1 right there, but that's not right. So what I'm going to have to do, I've got this right here. Paste it special over there. Control C. Paste special. I really did not plan to have to do this now. I don't know how I missed it, but probably doesn't hurt to do it right now. Copy that. Paste special. Hope I'm not going to run out of time. Paste special here again. Values. There. Now all of these should be the same as these. All these, same. Now my 63, look at that. I do have 1 point for 7 times 9. And also there's a 63 there. So the 1 point, 1 point. Here it's all totaled up right there. So the score sheet will be able to show you what you got right and what you got wrong. That's going to have to be it. Have a good day.